The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push, where the knight will recapture if black captures on d4. d6 opens up the light-squared bishop and prevents white from pushing the pawn to e5 after black eventually plays knight f6. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Black develops the knight and attacks the center. This defends the attacked pawn. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. This prepares the bishop for development. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. A very strong play. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. White develops the bishop and attacks the center. That's fine. White develops the knight and attacks the center. The rook joins the board early, building a strong opening for black. Right on target. Very precise. One of the best moves. A solid choice. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. This moves the bishop to safety. This overlooks an opportunity to develop a queen off its starting square. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This misses an opportunity to move a piece to safety. This is the only move that works. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material. This wins a pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. Black has got rid of their isolated pawn and improved their pawn structure. This is the only good move. This defends the attacked pawn. Takes back. Recaptures. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. This misses an opportunity to develop a queen off its starting square. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. This allows the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. Takes back. Right on target. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This blocks black's pawn. This moves the knight to safety. This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a bishop. This defends a bishop that was under attack and had no defenders. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. One of the best moves. The rook is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. Putting the piece on a blockade square. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. Black's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This threatens to win a knight through a fork. This defends the attacked pawn. This is not the right idea. This misses an opportunity to offer an equal trade of pieces. This permits the opponent to sacrifice a rook for a nice tactic. This overlooks an opportunity to sacrifice a rook for a nice tactic. This overlooks a better way to offer an equal trade of pieces. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This protects the attacked pawn. A solid choice. This attacks a rook, winning a tempo when it moves away. This moves the rook to safety. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This is an equal trade. Takes back. This misses an opportunity to create a pawn chain. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. This wins a tempo by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This overlooks an opportunity to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This blocks an attack on a pawn. A very strong play. One of the best moves. This immobilizes the bishop by pinning it to the king. Very precise. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. This permits the opponent to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. This misses an opportunity to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. The bishop finds a new active square. This defends the attacked pawn. This is the strongest option. A solid choice. This blocks white's pawn. This moves the rook to safety. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This misses an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. A very strong play. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. The knight now occupies a secure outpost. This is a fair move. Right on target. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. Very precise. This makes a passed pawn. Pushing a passed pawn. One of the best moves. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the strongest option. A solid choice. Takes back. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This loses material, but the position was losing no matter what. White finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn.